Today is not yarn, it's not yarn in the content, but it's yarn adjacent, okay? So I am going to be showing you some sewing stuff that I've been up to that have to do with yarn. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, join me. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here. It is not morning for me. It is actually right before dinner time. Full disclaimer, before I do anything else, I am a hot mess today. But it was either just come on in this situation or not get the video done for you for tomorrow morning. So forgive my appearance. I have been out in the sun. I just got out of the shower, so my face is red, my eyes are red. I'm red. Okay. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Whether you're new or you're a returning viewer, I appreciate any time you take with me. If you are new, I have an ant climbing on my phone. But to be fair, it was tucked up under my shirt while I was mowing grass, so I'm not surprised it has an ant running around on it. What I'm surprised at is the fact that it stayed on my phone while I was in the shower. But anyway, so I ask for y'all's opinion in the YouTube post down below on the community tab, which it is still running, and I would love your opinion. If you have not voted, I would love you to go vote. Okay. For those of you who are new, I talk a lot. Just letting you know. And my mind is like a squirrel. It goes everywhere. Sometimes it goes on a squirrel tangent. That is me. So if that's not your thing, thank you for hanging out for the few moments that you have, and no hard feelings. Okay. And if you're just as crazy as the rest of us, welcome on in. All right. I'm looking down at my desk or my work table, and it is a hot mess. Okay. It is clean. It is organized to a degree. I have, yes, Minnie, I hear you. I have things in their own little piles, and they're waiting to be dealt with. So the other day I was talking about adding some things to the website. Well, I have joined a market down here, and it is for November 21st. And hopefully it'll get my foot in the door for other markets, okay? I think it's going to be on the small side, but who knows? So when I was telling y'all that I had an idea about expanding on the Notions pouches that I had made a year or so ago, I brought those out, and I'm going to show you from the very beginning. And you can see the evolution of my pouches. Okay. Now, the very first pouch I made, I did not know what I was doing. First time I had sewn a zipper into a pouch or a bag of any sort. And then here she is. In all her, yeah, twisted up glory. Alright. She's still functional. See, got a little liner in there. It's still functional, and I can use it for a bag, a Notions pouch for myself. It did not have a handle on it. None of these have handles, but these were not meant to see the light of day as far as customers are concerned, because when I did this, I didn't like the slope of the bag, and I was like, how can I fix that? So then I checked out Chelsea at She Sews Seams, And she had an old tutorial back then. And like I said, now I think she has some newer ones. I don't know. I don't really watch the tutorials anymore. Unless it's something I've never done. So I think she has an updated one. But she had talked about putting tabs on the end of your zippers. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do that. And it still has the sloped sides. And this thing is about as crooked can get. I do like the fabric, though, with the palm trees. And again, it has a liner. Now, that liner, I mismeasured. So I had to rip it all back apart and redo the liner. Now, I do buy zippers by the yard. So I have to put these zipper pulls on myself, which is a whole nother ballgame. But all of these was done pre-concussion and me losing the left side of my body. And I also realized this was way too big. This was more the size I was going for, but I wanted to perfect my technique. So I was like, okay, I'll go big to see if I can do it. And if you'll see, the tabs are down in the bottom. They're down in there, similar to the way this is without the tabs. So I thought, okay, let me try it again. So I did. And I like this one, sort of, but this one is exposed. So I thought, okay, I didn't do my sewing right on my outside fabric. And this one has a liner as well. All of them have liners. And all of these have the interfacing on the liner and the outside fabric. So then I thought, okay, I need to make sure that I get my stitches. What are you fussing at me for, computer? Let's see, 20. Hold on one moment. Okay, so anyway, I said I needed to get my stitches a little bit closer, and it is a little better, but it still pops up, and it was irritating me that I was going through all this trouble. Oh, and I boxed the bottom of this bag, or the bottom of this pouch, which overall I liked that. I just wanted, and my edges are getting a little bit more square, if you'll notice. You see, that has just a slight slope, and that has a little bit more of a square at the top. Then, my very last bag last year, before I just kind of gave up and said, I don't want to mess with this anymore right now. Because all of these were done in the span of probably 2 or 3 days. Just getting frustrated, walking away. This was back when I was staying in my cubby. That's how long ago this has been. Actually, yeah, that was well over a year ago. Because I moved into this room right after we closed at Joann's. So that was in May that we closed. So I think I moved into this room in June, maybe July. But anyway, so it was well over a year ago that I did these. And this was as close to perfect as I had gotten. Okay, not to say that there was not flaws. I'm trying to find the flaws that I know that I made. I did do some cute little dots in that. What was the flaw with this one that I didn't like? Oh, I did stop stitching. Okay, so I have modified the way I do things. These new pouches that I'm going to show y'all are a little different. I top stitch everything. Okay, that's just my nature. But I didn't like how I only top stitched to the end, to where the zipper tabs are. So I was like, okay, didn't like that. So I put it to the side. All of these, they got stacked up in one of my little cubbies, and didn't get paid attention to, right? So the other day when I was brainstorming and I said I wanted to do pouches, notion pouches for my project bags, which here's my project bags. And if you're new here, if you want to look at anything that I sell, my website is always listed below. It is daybreakknotsandknits.com. So I went ahead and thought, okay, I have surprisingly, okay, to be fair, this bag is not for sale. It has faults, okay? But a lot of the times when I mess up, that bag becomes mine or my daughter-in-law's. So I thought, well, why not take this pattern and make a pouch? So I did. And this is said pouch. And I did get smart and put a little tab on there so that I could have it hooked to this bag. Now this bag had already been made mostly. The only thing I needed to do was put the liner in, sew the liner in, flip everything inside out, and put my stuff on it. What I had already done was sewn everything except the liner. Now I probably could have went and picked out the liner a little bit and put a tab inside for this, but I didn't. I didn't think about it. So I have a carabiner. And if that's not the way you say it, please don't come at me. It's just the way I have a hard time saying words anymore. So this is the one I have. It's a small little thing. So I thought, why not hook it through there and then hook it onto my drawstring, right? Why not? So it's like that. And the good thing about it is I can have it hanging inside if I don't like it hanging out, and you'll never know it's in there. So that got me to thinking, what if you don't have a carabiner? Oops, sorry. What if you don't have a carabiner? Or what if you don't have one of these? Because not everybody does. I have a wide assortment over the years. I don't know how I collect them. Could be the fact that I have boys, you know, regardless of whether they're grown and out of the house. I have boys. So I thought, what about getting some hardware to do that with? So the future pouches, now I made 3 this day, okay? I made my tie-dye to match mine, all right? And then I have sold bags with these two on here. Now, on this one, this for some reason, that kind of went a little sideways. I don't really know why. But, oh, look at this liner. Oops, hold on. I got a piece of thread in there. Look how pretty and bright and sunshiny that liner is. Isn't that just so precious? And then on this liner, I went with like a pale pink. Why is that being? Let's say oh. Okay. Well, I thought I had done that, so, Alright. But that is a pale pink one. Now, I did not top stitch these because I figured out all of those problems that I was having with those was because I top stitched everything down. Now, I still top stitch this down so that it does not get caught up in the zipper. And I did not. I did one side of this one and didn't do this side. That's what was hanging up just a moment ago. And I'm thinking, I swore I did. It looks like I did and I ripped it out. Oh, I did rip it out and then forgot to go back in and do it again. I could go ahead and do a top stitch around this, I suppose. I don't know. This might be just another one of mine. And then this one I did the light blue. And right now, since I have all this zipper by the yard still, let me tell you, because I'm not a zipper girl. But I have all this, and I thought, okay, we're going to use all that. Now, I have ordered some zippers in the right length that are white, and they already have the zipper pulls on them. They're a little bit more expensive than the zippers by the yard, but I have been really struggling trying to get these zipper pulls on because sometimes my left hand still doesn't listen to me. But what do you think of that? Now, I went and found some hardware because I make these little pull tabs. Not the pull tabs. What would y'all call this? I call it just a tab, but I don't really know what you would call it. I don't know. Oh, and the pole that I have going right now, I have a picture of this with my logo label on. This label right here. But it was literally just sitting on the table underneath it. And right now, it's pretty neck and neck because when I posted this, I did it to YouTube, the community post. I did it to Instagram, which also is linked to my Facebook. So they're kind of neck and neck. At first, A was winning out. Well, A is winning out on YouTube. B is winning out on the Instagram link to my Facebook. But I love these little things, y'all. So I thought, okay, I am making these. I am taking fabric and I am using this binder. Not binder. I'm tired, y'all. I started at 6:30 this morning in here sewing, and I'm going to show y'all what I've been doing. And then after I did my final, because I made all of these tabs. Tabs. I want to say, I think they're just called tabs. But this is probably about 10 feet of material worth of tabs that I have put through the bias binding thing. I folded them, ironed them, sewed them, cut them. So after I did this, I told myself I have got to go out there and cut my grass. Because let me tell you, I was supposed to do it yesterday. But then a storm came up and it stopped me from being able to do it. So what I have done is I bought this little guy here. I'm going to put this so y'all can see it. And I'm going to hide my face from the camera so it'll focus on it. I had to make sure that it was small enough to fit the width of my little pull tabs. Not pull tabs, you know what I'm talking about. So I did, and it works perfect. Now, like I said, these right here, now I will sell these. I'm not going to sell that one. Actually, I could if y'all want it. I will have these for sale. They will not have a clip on them, though. Now, what I'm thinking, and y'all can give me your feedback on this. I have plans, okay? So what I'm thinking about doing, it's y'all know me, I don't do anything halfway. So, oh, my hair's finally drying. Probably because it's hot as Hades in this room. But I'm going to offer some without the clip, just in case you have your own clip. Or I'm going to offer some with just the D-rings on them. Or I will have them as optioned for this. So each pouch you'll get a option. You'll have I think these are lobster claws. I don't know. I can't remember the name of these. But they'll have this option, a D-ring option, and no hardware, just the tab. Also, what I'm thinking about doing is making bundles, because what I was thinking about doing is the cloth, the material that I do have. Now, these are not quilted. I have not done that. These are double interfaced. They have interfacing on the outside fabric and on the liner fabric. So they're definitely sturdy. And I'm thinking, well, first let me tell you about the bundle situation. So you know how I have like this right here. Well, I also have wristlet keychains, okay, that already have hardware on them. And this is what I was talking about, to where if you already have hardware, you don't want one to come with it. So you can do it like that. And I know these two don't match. It's bees and pigs, okay? But it's still, the premise is the same. So what I could offer is I will still have my wristlets on the website. I will have my Notions pouch on the website, and also my bag. But I could offer a bundle situation. What do you think? You can still buy them individually. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't. I was just wanting to offer a bundle possibility if you wanted to match, or if you wanted to gift some to someone to match. Now let me tell you about these pouches. Usually, sorry, I am thirsty. I have been drinking nonstop. I even had to have a hydrate already today. But these bags right here will come in handy for me, because not only can I use this as a Notion pouch, but I can also use it as a mini wallet. Because if you have a project bag and you don't want to carry a full-blown purse, carry just your wallet. I mean, your driver's license or credit cards or cash or whatever you might need in this, and it's all in one piece, you know? Like I said, with this option right here, I was able to hide it into it in just a moment. I mean, I could have it hanging outside of my bag, but if I was worried about theft or anything like that, it wouldn't be no big deal just to slide that puppy right in the middle, or slide it down in there, and there. And you know, these things, I make these things long enough to where, you know, you can drape them or whatnot, but usually I do not. I have stuff in there, so it never gets quite that. This is about the average when I carry my bag, because I'm working out of it most of the time. That's about the usual length. And I can decide whether I want to keep it inside the bag or out, you know? These are all the things that are going in my head. All right. And then when I signed up for the craft fair or the market, I was like, ooh. Now, I will be making lots of stuff for that, but I also will be having, pardon me, after I finish making them, I will make them available on my website. So if you want me to ship you some, and I don't mind if, you know, you want a bundle and you reach out to me if I don't have any bundles offered yet. If you want a bundle, just reach out to me and tell me. Okay. Now, you know how I said I've been crazy busy? I have. I have been sitting here in this chair at my machine for days. Because this little pouch, it's as cute as can be, but it takes forever. So I was thinking, if I did more at one time, would that be better? Yes and no. Okay, it may give me a bigger amount at the end. But until then, I feel like it's never ending. Alright, hold on one second. Let me put my hardware up and get it out of the way. And you know, to be honest, my work table is not that it's not that crazy. Now when I'm cutting these fabrics, of course. Now if y'all was following my Instagram or anything like that, y'all saw that I had cut a lot of liners. This is what liners I have that do not have any outside fabric. Because see, I already have the stabilizer already on here. But I'm going to show you 2 stacks. This first stack is ready to go back up under. I know it might not look like much, but there is a lot of pouches in this stack. What they're waiting on, after I did the poll, I wanted to see where to put my what's this called? My label tag. And I'm having a really hard time. So today is Tuesday. I put that post up yesterday, and it's supposed to run for 3 days, I believe. So if you can go vote on which placement you think looks best, it will be so beneficial. I would love it to be on the same side. So that would be B. I would love for it to be on the same side as this. That way I could just do it in one sweep instead of having it clipped to both sides. But if it looks better, I would rather if it be on the other side if y'all think that it looks better. Okay? And the pull tab will be on the opposite side of a closed zip tab. Okay? And I just thought that would be easier because, you know, when it's on you, I don't know why. I just thought it would be easier. So, all of these were waiting on the fact that I just needed to tack that down and then sew my liner and my outside and do all that fun stuff. These right here had to be put on hold this morning because I finished with all of these and ran out of the white tabs. So then I had to go and iron all of my white fabric so that I could cut it into strips, do the bias binding tape, this tool thing. And then once it goes through that, I still have to fold it over, iron it, and then I can run it through my machine. So I was like, well, after I do that, I need to go sew. I need to go mow. So, mow. Yeah, I've been doing both of them today. So I finally finished all of these. And it's going to storm again. It's starting to get dark out there because it's not even 6 o'clock yet. Oh, my eyes are burning. Y'all, when you get sweat in your eyes, they feel like they're on fire. But anyway, what I was saying. I'm going to put some Visine after I get off here because I have got to go do the potato salad for dinner. My husband is grilling some chicken, so I'm going to do potato salad. And we're still waiting on the chicken to thaw because I took it out, but I didn't take it out till like 1 o'clock. So, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so these little guys are waiting on me to put the new tabs on. Actually, I can do that while we talk. But, y'all see these daisy patterns, right? I know my daisy people are there. I'm looking at you. And you know who I'm talking about. But I also, because I have chicken, I also made some chicken ones too. See? How cute is that going to be? And then I have bumblebees. I have that pouch over here. I have the paw print. I have that pouch being made. I also have, do y'all remember that tote that I did in this beautiful, almost like quilted look? Checkered. Yes, I have those. So I'm excited, and I have some pansy. I have some pansy down there. So I'm really excited to get these things going. It is a long process, but I think that with as many pouches as I'm going to have in the end of this thing, that it's going to be worth it. Now, that doesn't mean that they're all going to get sold. I don't know what might happen as far as sales on the website with y'all or at the market. What I want to do, I want to get into this market so that, because it's November 21st. So I'm thinking that's going to be a perfect time for people shopping for others for gifts. Now let me, since I have shown y'all all these yummies, I'm going to move that over here on the other side of the light. And start getting this ready to sew. So, I'm so funny, I cracked myself up. Anyway, I'm also wanting to do some stockings, but I want to quilt those because I want to replace our stockings with not necessarily matchy-matchies. I don't know if I want that yet. But I'm seriously thinking about having the same, at least, theme, or I don't know if it's really theme, but they need to be cohesive. And my husband's like, So I have to get him on board with that. But I'm going to, after I get this done, and I'm really debating whether I want to go ahead and make the keychains up to match these now, or go ahead and try quilting some stockings and getting that kind of lined up. Get a couple prototypes done. I mean, y'all see how I did with that pouch last year. I had those prototypes made up and didn't do anything with them. You know, y'all, I don't burn easy, but my face feels hot. It was kind of red when I was getting in the shower, but I wasn't sure if that was heat red or sun red, but it kind of feels like it's still hot. So I might got a little sunburn, which is very unusual for me. But anyway, so what I'm thinking, I would love feedback from y'all. I was talking to my daughter-in-law about this because she does embroidery, and I was like, you know, what about if I do this, what about you embroidering our names on the stockings? Because I was thinking, you know, maybe just do initials, but no, I don't want to. I would rather have full names. Oh, and by the way, all of these first ones will have this on this group. Now, I will make some in the next group in the same fabrics so that I am looking at being able to offer, you know, with or without hardware, or with different kind of hardware. That's a whole lot of work, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I see it ahead of me, and I'm kind of cringing to myself, like, wow, what are you taking on, Lynn? And that's okay, because I had a realization the other day that I have got to start making money. And if it's not me going outside the home to work, I need to up my sewing game and get all those done. Okay, So now I have the entire stack done and ready. Oh no, wait a minute. I can't. I need y'all's opinion on, I need to finalize the, hold tight. I should have, yep, I still have it folded. The one I did for the pictures for the poll. The question was on this side or this side. I know it's kind of, well, actually, let me do it like this. It's kind of hard to see. It's going to be either right here or right here. Now, I did get a suggestion about sewing one on or putting it on the inside. I don't have any. Now, I ordered these. These are not made by me. But I could print my own and sew it on. I don't know. For now, I don't think that's an option. Simply because I am trying to get in the groove of making these. So I would have to figure out where I would want it. And I've always liked the idea of it coming off the side. I don't know why. Well, I can tell you one reason that I can think of right this moment, because it's a lot less work to put it in the seam as I'm sewing the bag than to try to put it on the front, get my measurements right, get it lined up and straight and all this, and hit every stitch just right, you know. And mine, unless I did my logo to the side and then did, I don't even know how I would do it, because it's square. See, it is square. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that would be okay if, here, let me put it. I don't know, because it's very busy on, yeah. And these are going to be busy fabrics. So that's basically similar to what it would look like. I can't tell if I hope I'm in frame. I don't know. Or, I don't really want to put the tag on the inside. I mean, I could do it something like that. But to me, that's just in the way. So, good idea. Thank you for the suggestion. I just don't know if it's going to work. If it does, if I do print some out and try to figure out how to get them on there, because I would probably use like 3.5 millimeter stitch length, and I would have to run over it to find out how many stitches to be able to anchor it down properly without going over the label. And I'm not there yet. So for now, I'm saying that I'm going to put them either on this side, where the pull tab, I mean the hanging tab is, or on the closed zip pull side. And this is B, and this is A. And if you cannot do the poll, I understand. But if you can, I would love, 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 love your feedback. Because it's very hard. I mean, I want it to be visually appealing. And what may be visually appealing for me is not always everybody else's choice, you know? Yeah, that storm's rolling in. So I'm going to have to cut this short. Not to mention the fact that I need to go make the potato salad. And then I'm going to come back in here. I can at least sew these tabs on. Okay? Or I could go ahead and cut some more outers so that I can offer some with just the tab with no hardware. I think I'll save the D-ring option for later, unless y'all tell me that y'all would want that option. If you would want that option, let me know. But before I can... Now, I can sew the inside liners. I could get that done. And then wait at least till tomorrow until y'all see the video and get to vote. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I'll tell y'all, I'm winding down. Sorry, I am winding down so fast. Part of it is because it was extremely hot, but I'm glad with the storm moving in that I did get that done. And oh, and I finally harvested my green beans out of the greenhouse, and my second harvest off my green stalk. So, if you have any recommendations of what I should do for... Now, I will have, at this market, it is a 10 by 10 space. And I have 2 of the 6-foot tables. So I can have, I'm planning on having my knit, my crochet, and my hand sewn stuff available. I know that's a little eclectic, but that's what, I mean, this channel is eclectic because I don't fit into any of the genres that YouTube tries to put me in. And that's probably why, even though I am loving the new people, hello, YouTube doesn't know where to put me and who to show me to. And that's okay. Yeah, it is what it is. But I do want to have those different things at the market. And if I do, if I feel, I want to do that big market that I told y'all about. It has not happened yet, but the entries close in January or February, so I can't do it this year. And I am going to go. It's called Aiken's Macon. They're the ones to where you pay the jury fee and you submit pictures of your booth and everything, which I don't have. But I will have pictures of my setup after I do this market. And it is expensive. But if I don't take a chance, I won't fail, but I will never succeed either. So I'm going to work my way up to that market. I know I only have till January or February to work myself up to that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to handle my business. I'm going to get it done. And I don't know if y'all would want content of the method or the the steps. But I also want to make some keychains and stuff, like to match my daisies. I mean, yes, I have chicken ones, but I only made like 2 or 3 of each of these. So I think what I might need to be doing is making a lot more stock. But like I was saying, I don't know if y'all would want me to take you along with that. The only problem is, like y'all saw when I did my my drawstring bag video, Bella is quiet, but she's still kind of loud. So I don't know about, and I don't want to. I told y'all that when I did the fast forward thing with the music, I'm not a huge fan of that, so I try not to do it very often. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you want the kind of videos like that? Anyway, I'm going to get off here. If you have any opinions, let me know. I'd appreciate them. If you don't, you don't have to. But what I would like is if you could give the video a thumbs up. If you have not already, click subscribe. Do that. but make sure that you go to the drop down little arrow and click all, because YouTube automatically does personalized, which does not show you every video that I put out. Used to be automatic, but it's not. Now you have to go click all if you're interested in seeing every video that I put out, or at least being able to choose, that's a sewing video, I don't want to watch it, or that's about knitting, I don't want to watch it. Or if you're like some of my beautiful friends that I have made on here, you like all three of them. Well, maybe not, you don't do all three of them, but you like hearing about them. So I appreciate that too. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I hope you have a great hump day. Yes, I know, I haven't heard that in forever. But, and my husband used to laugh all the time because his name is Mike. So, when the camel thing, yeah, it was a thing. But I'm going to get off here. I hope you have a great day today or tonight, or whenever you can see this video. Check down at the poll in the community tab, or below, one at whatever, if you can, if it's still running. I would love your opinion. Even if I do some on this and change my mind, or I see a area going one way or another, I don't mind changing which side I sew that label tag on, so it's okay. I promise. I hope that you find some joy in your day, regardless of when you watch this. I will see you on Friday. Until then, take care of you. Bye.